I want it to appear like a cartoon or like something made by industry. I, of course, do it myself and don't want it done by someone else and like to make the lines myself. Doing art is something that feeds back to you. It's a learning process. It would be like thinking about playing the violin and not playing it or something. You have to interact with it or you don't go anywhere with it.
I love kissing, which is actually kind of funny because I used to be a really, really crappy kisser, like really wet and gross and like bitey.
You were bitey? The first kiss could be possibly the best kiss because it's the first time that you're with somebody.
Popular culture is one part of teeming life that everybody, all of us, are involved in. Whether we know it or not, or even if we try to withdraw ourselves from it, we're all really involved in it every day when we walk out in the streets, or in the middle of the subway, or walking up Broadway. I mean, it's pouring out at you all the time.
I've always been interested in certain parameters of life that are considered not on the highest level. The last several years, my fiance has been a porn star.
You look exact like your picture.
Except it wasn't because you made one mistake. Just one little mistake.
My work is very cinematic in a way, and I treat it a lot that way. I think that that's interesting, especially when the concept is really about the structure of cinema or the structure of framing and filming.
Go.
We begin every move by exploding the muscle groups, and that's why we call the technique itself pop action.
In the last period, I don't think Monk was doing much of anything. He was in an extreme depression.
So we were having this big concert at Carnegie Hall.
Monk was invited to play it, but Monk had already become a recluse and nobody anticipated him showing up. So they asked Barry to play the piano.
And it was all Monk's music and Paul Jeffries. We had strings and everything and big arrangements, and I'd gone to rehearsal after rehearsal.
2 minutes before the curtain went up, we're all sitting in our seats, all 11 of us, and Barry is waiting to be introduced, and Monk just came out of nowhere, walked right by him onto the stage, played 2 hours. It was unbelievable.
But he played the gig. It was nice too. He played good too.
When I was 10 years old, my father brought me to the Diane Arbus retrospective at the Museum of Modern Art in 1972. Getting that light in there, that was like an awakening to me. You know, that was a moment of transformation. Keep your look a little bit. Keep your body. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now let's try Wonder. Okay, that's nice. I like that quite a bit. Fog it up. Position and hold.
It was at the end of the whole day's work, about 2 or 3 in the morning, the collection. I had to take the train to go to the boat around 8 o'clock or something. You know, it was all packed up to leave Paris. And suddenly it brought in this corset. And we talked about leaving, and the girl was crying and all that. And then I undid her corset a little bit, with the strings out. And that's the picture, you know, because it was a farewell to France.
You read that exactly like on a very sunny day, and the yellow accentuates the contrast. So you go on to read the colors, mainly the green, and you see the density, the precision of everything. And in the night also, every light is like sparkles, is are very strong. Here you have also an effect of lighting through the. If you have vertigo, you don't go. If you have confidence in the architect, you go. Because this effect is also very optimistic, also very dynamic. So.
I wish I could go into a room and write, 30 really good new poems and just read those and make it all fresh. But, then I think, like, the Coasters never got tired of singing Charlie Brown, and Judy Garland never said, I'm not going to do that Rainbow song again. I'm going to do something new that I wrote in my hotel room.
Forgetfulness. The name of the author is the first to go, followed obediently by the title, the plot, the heartbreaking conclusion, the entire novel, which suddenly becomes one you have never read, never even heard of.